Well, hey guys, it's New Year's Day 2024. Happy New Year's to everybody. And I'm on my way to the classic car show at Brooklands. So Brooklands race circuit is one of the oldest racetracks in the world. Unfortunately, it was actually closed during World War II. So only bits of it still exist, such as the embankment and the birdcage bridge. Now I'd love to get my Rover P6 up on that embankment and have a nice photograph with the birdcage bridge over the top of it, but I don't think I'll be able to do that today. They've got some really interesting exhibits at Brooklands, and it's going to be interesting to have a look around all of them, from their racing history all the way through to a load of interesting aviation history, such as Concorde and the Wellington bomber. Anyway, let's see how we get on, and let's see what's happening, especially with the classic car scene going on today as well. We're here at Brooklands, and this is absolutely magic. I've got a feeling I'm going to be locked in till whatever time, but hey, whatever. The cars here are absolutely fantastic, and yeah, I don't like to say it, but this absolutely creams over Stony Stratford. I'm really glad I've come here today instead of Stony Stratford. Well, here at Brooklands, I'm about to do something that I've always wanted to do, and that's walk over the birdcage bridge, or the photographer's bridge, which is the correct name for it. So this is pretty much a famous site, this, and this is just absolutely amazing to look at, you know. So it's not really the bridge that's massively important about this, it's the bank that you see over the side there. I mean, yeah, that's almost vertical, that bank. You know, you look both sides and you think racing drivers during the 1930s, 1920s and 1930s used to drive cars at 100 miles an hour racing along this bank, virtually the top of it, no safety harnesses, nothing. Balls of steel, that's all I can say. Absolute balls of steel. Now, this is probably a part of Brooklands that they don't want you to see, but I'm sneaking in on it because it looks like Brooklands actually cut up AC Cobras. There's only the rear halves here, and then the front halves are over here. Of course, many of you will realise that I'm only joking. These are brand new AC Cobra bodies being built, and yeah, just this place is amazing. It really is. I mean, dare I say it, this place is better than Duxford and Silverstone combined. It's my first time here. So here at Brooklands is the famous I think it's a 1 in 4 hill or something like that, which they normally do hill trials and things like that up here. It'd be great to have a go on it, wouldn't it? Maybe take the Rover up. Well, this is my first time to Brooklands, and I tell you what, I just can't get over how many classic cars are here for New Year's. I'm definitely coming again.
visit to Brooklands would be complete without seeing this bird, Concorde.
It wasn't outside.
Well, this is the famous aircraft hangar of Brooklands, and this is the Wellington bomber that was rescued from Loch Ness in the 1980s. It crashed in 1940 and they've reconstructed it. It's a bit of an unusual sight of a Hawker Hunter. Well, it's actually got its wings off and it's in the sort of mounting cradle there for, I suppose it's construction really. Now, I'm a bit sketchy on my history of jets, but I don't think many of these survived. It's the Supermarine Swift. So that's a lovely sight of Hawker's history. You've got the Hawker Hunter just there, right next to the Hawker Hurricane. So we've got something a little bit different here in Brooklands, which is a reconstruction of the Wellington bomber. And this was built out of all the bits that were no good for the reconstruction of the Loch Ness bomber, which I've got in the other museum there. And it's quite good because we can have a look inside to see what a Wellington bomber would be like. Of course, here's the cockpit, looking forward. I'll see where the pilot would be, all the instruments. Come back down here to the radio operator, navigator, and up there, amazing to think people did this during the war. So something of a super rare sight here. This is a replica of a Vimes bomber from World War One, alongside a Harrier jump jet. An actual dedicated bus museum. This is really nice. I'm sure you struggled to get Fuzz Townsend out of here. So we've got the Jackson shed here, which shows a really nice exhibit which tells the story of the first British Grand Prix races held at Brooklands in 1926 and 1927. It's also a bit nicer than that because it shows a little bit of the history of Formula 1, and there's some really nice cars here. And just here we've got James Hunt's last ever Formula 1 car that he raced. And to top off the display, there's Ayrton Senna's MP4/6. Some of the cars that you see in this part of the museum are just fire-breathing dragons. And of course, not forgetting that Brooklands is known for motorcycles as well. There's also a nice display of Brus Superiors and Nortons.
Well, that was Brooklands, and I really enjoyed my time there today. You know, I thought when I turned up, there might be a few hundred classic cars there. There must have been at least 1,000. And the museum exhibits, they are just absolutely fantastic. They're interactive, they really do show the history of Brooklands and the exhibits themselves, such as Concorde and obviously the Wellington Bomber. There's also the racing history of Brooklands, which is also really well shown, and you've also got various other displays there, such as the Barnes Wallis Museum and the Bus Museum. That's something else to look out for. But I would like to go back at some point and enjoy Brooklands just as a museum without the classic cars being on show, just so I can get a little bit more of a taste of the museum as well itself, rather than just be there for the classic cars. So perhaps at some point I'll make another video of that. But as always guys, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.